Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of upcoming episode of Swallowed Star 2, Land of Origin based on novel. So let's start. One of the buildings in the Dan Tower complex was exclusively Luo Feng's. Hua. When Luo Feng entered the quiet room, his body naturally split, creating the strongest avatar to remain outside the quiet room and protect it. The so-called strongest avatar carried the two great secret treasures, the undying heart and the palm world. Through long years of cultivation, Luo Feng's energy reserves deepened, and he had sufficient energy reserves in both the cave mansion and the Dan Tower. While consuming the treasure, no disturbance is allowed. Inside the quiet room, Luo Feng sat cross-legged, and with a flip of his hand, took out a portion of the 100 Tribulations Heart Essence. 100 Tribulations Heart Essence, I've never consumed such a treasure. Luo Feng was well aware of the wonders of this treasure. According to information, once the 100 Tribulations Heart Essence is consumed, one's soul seems to undergo numerous trials of life and death, extremely painful. The reason for such pain is that the speed of soul thinking and comprehension is forcibly raised to an extremely high level, causing the soul burden to become painful. Come on. I hope my life and death Tao can quickly reach the late-stage Divine Emperor, the faster the better. Luo Feng opened the crystal jade, lightly inhaling, and the purple gold liquid preserved inside flew directly into Luo Feng's mouth. Upon entry, it was slightly cool. The taste of the 100 Tribulations Heart Essence could be described as supremely delicious, and Luo Feng's soul trembled, desperately desiring to absorb it. Once the 100 Tribulations Heart Essence entered the body, it was quickly absorbed by the soul. Boom. After absorption, Luo Feng quickly felt pain. Buzz. The speed of thought operation surged. At this moment, each instant of thought could reach a full 3,000 times the usual amount of information. Comprehension also reached an extremely high level. Yet, such a high load made the soul feel like undergoing trials one after another, thus it is called 100 Tribulations. According to my original plan, slowly comprehending and accumulating enough deep knowledge for a natural breakthrough is the best option. Luo Feng thought, but in that case, I would have to watch countless cultivators die. Luo Feng couldn't do it. Just to pursue the best effect in cultivation, coldly watch countless cultivators die. If I were a demon, I could calmly watch it all, even smile while watching other cultivators die. But Luo Feng walked his path of cultivation, preferring to have imperfections in cultivation than to violate his own heart. Although I've consumed the treasure, hoping for a quick breakthrough. However, the war has erupted. At the speed of combat between cultivators and low-level primordial life, the war might conclude within a day. Can I break through within a day? Luo Feng had no certainty. No matter how strong the auxiliary treasure, it would not dare to claim an assured breakthrough within a day. I will do my utmost, the rest, I leave to fate. Luo Feng closed his eyes, focusing all his efforts on comprehending the life and death Tao. Far away in the land of origin, the avatar also used the eye of life and death, observing the primordial bloodline, fully contemplating how to perfect the life and death Tao to the late-stage Divine Emperor. As Luo Feng urgently secluded himself, the Hall Master and elders of Yulon City were doing their utmost to control the formations, coordinating hundreds of formations to resist the assault outside the city. This time, we investigated the entire city's lurkers, forcing the low-level primordial lives to launch an attack prematurely. Their army outside is not too numerous and far from reaching Yulon City's limit of endurance. Yuan Xiong Palace Master sent a voice transmission to various elders. The elders were also very aware. To force an attack from the outside and break into Yulon City, the required power was too immense. The greatest threat to us is this group of lurkers. Yuan Seong Palace Master sent a voice transmission, Master Gai Dao, lead 92 elders of the star array to chase and kill this group of lurkers. The rest of us are responsible for blocking the assault outside the city. Okay. Master Gai Dao immediately responded. We will cooperate with Master Gai Dao. Master Gai Dao and 92 elders no longer paid attention to the outside at this moment. As they coordinated, brilliant stars appeared in the formation above Yulon City. Each star's power was quite terrifying. The stars converged right above the leaders and their group. Whoosh! 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 Super limit level enchanting heartworm and a group of leaders, after leaving Wei Yang Palace Master's cave mansion, headed straight for Master Gai Dao's cave mansion. Because Yuan Seong Palace Master's soul was polluted, posing very low threat. As long as they successively kill Wei Yang Palace Master, Master Gai Dao, they will have won more than half of this war. Kill. Master Gai Dao's eyes were cold. Although his formation skills were slightly inferior to Wei Yang Palace Master, as an artifact refining Grandmaster, his formation skills were also considered extremely high. Under his leadership, 92 elders coordinated perfectly. Brilliant stars descended from high above, like meteors. Shoo! 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 The stars were incredibly precise, each one drawing an arc and accurately targeting the group of leader-level lurkers. These stars avoided the king, directly targeting the various leaders. The king and the 23 leaders behind him sensed the terrifying stars were already upon them. Block it. The king even took the initiative, using his palms to block 6 stars in succession. The body it possessed was that of the Wei Yang Palace Master, and his body was sturdy and strong, able to withstand the impact of 6 stars with only minor injuries, which were rapidly healing. Stop them. There are too many. The other 23 leaders, although trying to block, quickly collapsed under the dense bombardment of hundreds of stars, and could only withstand it physically. This star array inherently possessed the effect of damaging spiritual beings. No. Under the dense barrage of stars, the king and the leaders were all injured, and even one leader's true body was forcibly crushed, killed on the spot. A leader has died. This shocked the other leaders. The threat from outside was too low, allowing the elders of Yulon City to organize an array against us. The king also understood this point, with more than 300 elders, and only Master Gai Dao as an intact Hall Master. This star array had mobilized a Hall Master and 92 elders, causing Yulon City's external defense capacity to decrease by at least half. With the defense capability halved, how can it withstand the wild assault from the outside? If according to the plan, the outside army reached its most perfect state, in a crazy siege, the elders could only sparingly use formations to kill lurkers. The lurkers would find it much easier to operate. All city lurkers, take action. The king sent a remote order, a voice resounding in the heart of every lurking low-level primordial life in the city. According to the plan, assassinate the elders separately. Yes. Yes. All over the city, they responded to the command. Immediately, the Enchanting Heartworm clan, Soul-Devouring Snake clan set out, roughly half of the core members of the 35 branches of the 9 Rivers Sacred Realm. They all moved out at this moment. Clan members in the late-stage Divine Emperor were as many as 355. Counting the true bodies and avatars, there were thousands of cultivators possessed by these core members. As for the avatars of the leaders, there were also hundreds. The middle and lower level members didn't know the action plan, and instead, their true bodies didn't enter the city, only avatars did. Naturally, these middle and lower level members were more fearless. Kill. Kill. All over the city, squads of lurkers erupted. At a glance, there were tens of thousands of cultivators. This made the elders responsible for managing the defense system of Yulon City appear solemn. Our task is to kill Elder Qiao Ji. 10 leader avatars, 8 true bodies in the late-stage Divine Emperor, and hundreds of avatars formed a force, charging straight towards Elder Qiao Ji's cave mansion nearby. They were lurking here precisely because they were close to Elder Qiao Ji. Our task is to kill Elder Tian He. Another squad of lurkers, similarly led by 10 leader avatars. These lurking squads were divided into 2 types. One type was led by 10 leader avatars, seeking to kill a certain elder. The other was deliberately deceiving outsiders, being squads of middle and lower level lineage. From the surface, it was difficult for the elders to distinguish which team was strong and which was weak. After all, these members were all possessing cultivator bodies. Master Gai Dao immediately used the star array to simultaneously attack each lurking squad. Yuan Xiong Palace Master immediately ordered. Yes. Master Gai Dao and the elders responded. Rumble tilde 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 tilde. In the sky above Yulon City, densely packed stars gathered, numbering in the tens of thousands, and with the increase in number, their power also sharply decreased. Kill. Master Gai Dao and the 92 elders were filled with killing intent. Whizzing, like a meteor shower, tens of thousands of stars fell, attacking each squad separately. The teams deceiving outsiders, composed of mid and lower level lineage, suffered heavy casualties under the star assault, with most killed in just one wave of attack. Yet the elite squads led by many leader avatars were able to withstand the star assaults. Kill. Master Gai Dao, expressionless, coordinated the star array and launched a second wave of assault. Under this second wave of assault, those mid and lower level lineage squads were completely finished. Only 39 elite squads remained unscathed. Everyone, the rest is up to you. Master Gai Dao suddenly reached out to the elders. I, Gai Dao, have been refining artifacts in Yulon City till today, and today I will leave as well. What? Gai Dao. The elders, who were doing their utmost to respond, were a bit shocked. How can you do this? Brother Gai Dao. You are also a source world powerhouse, and only an avatar is here. At worst, fight to the death. How can you, as a hall master, escape at the critical moment? Gai Dao. Elders were anxious. Master Gai Dao was too important. In external combat, a hall master was worth 2 or 3 dozen elders. But in the key moments of formation, Master Gai Dao's role was even greater. With his withdrawal, Yulon City's defense capability and ability to respond decreased substantially. See clearly. A super limit level lurker leads over 20 leader level true bodies, heading straight for my cave mansion. They are almost here. I, Gai Dao, have been refining artifacts in Yulon City wholeheartedly, having never sought any resources or interested benefits. Since I didn't take these benefits, I naturally don't have to risk my life for Yulon City. I refine artifacts here, creating numerous weapon secret treasures, which must not be damaged. Everyone, in the years in Yulon City, I owe nothing. Swoosh. When the king led the 20 leaders, and were only 10 breaths away from Master Gai Dao's cave mansion, Master Gai Dao left with his painstakingly refined weapon secret treasures, riding a ship, instantly soaring into the sky. As a hall master, the high-altitude formation did not intercept him. The ship he was riding on instantly surged out of Yulon City. Shoo! At the moment of exiting the city, the ship disappeared in an instant, reappearing billions of kilometers away. Evidently, Master Gai Dao used an escape treasure regardless of the cost. Participating in space travel in the 9 Rivers Sacred Realm was virtually impossible. But as an artifact refining Grandmaster, Gai Dao purchased escape treasures long ago in the Dark Sacred Realm. Within the primordial life army outside the city, a blue and white figure looked distantly in the direction of Master Gai Dao's escape. Ying, do I need to pursue and kill Master Gai Dao? The blue-white figure remotely communicated. No need to mind him, his escape makes our next steps much easier. The Wei Yang Palace Master Semblance King looked up and smiled. Master Gai Dao also had several avatars in the entire city, making it difficult for the lurkers to hunt him down, whether he fled or resisted. However, Master Gai Dao's cave mansion was also a critical refining site. Master Gai Dao, leading a group of elders, had long been refining many weapon secret treasures there. Gai Dao's character, the avatars might not matter, but he wouldn't part with weapon secret treasures. As I anticipated, under a slight pressure, he voluntarily fled. The king smiled gently. Next, let's find Yuan Xiong Palace Master. At this moment, the Yuan Xiong Palace Master and more than 300 elders in Yulon City were disheartened. Master Gai Dao's desertion was greatly consequential. 2 hall masters, 1 dead and 1 escaped. Only Yuan Xiong Palace Master remained. Has it come to this? Yuan Xiong Palace Master felt helpless, clearly aware of his situation, with his heart force primarily resisting pollution, barely able to manipulate formations. But to fight against super limit level low-level primordial life, it was utterly impossible. As the Yuan Xiong Palace Master, a being who has mastered 2 half-primordial level paths, he has endured relentless corruption and torment, but remained unyielding. Naturally, he would not give up easily. Elders, we all know that the situation has grown dire. Yuan Xiong Palace Master sent a transmission. Now, outside Yulon City, a massive low-level primordial life army has us surrounded. In this siege, escaping is something only a handful in the city can accomplish. I, for one, cannot manage such a feat. The more than 300 elders understood this as well. Even if they tried to flee, they wouldn't succeed. Master Gai Dao, who has spent years refining weapon secret treasures, believes the 9 Rivers Sacred Realm is far safer than the Dark Sacred Realm. This is his artifact refining stronghold, and many of his accumulated weapon secret treasures represent the bulk of his wealth. He cannot afford to lose them. That's why he spared no expense purchasing escape treasures. Other elders, in terms of wealth, are no match for Master Gai Dao. The life-preserving items they possess provide no guarantee of their survival either. If escape is impossible, then we defend to the end. I have already requested reinforcements from the Dark Sacred Realm. There is a super limit level enchanting heartworm involved this time, and the Dark Sacred Realm has dispatched a cultivator squad. They will arrive at Yulon City in just over a day. As long as we hold out for more than a day, we can secure victory. Yuan Xiong Palace Master spoke candidly. The cultivator squad consists of 3 members, each no weaker than Yuan Xiong Palace Master at his pinnacle. They first need to reach the teleportation lake of the Dark Sacred Realm. Afterward, they must travel from the teleportation lake of the 9 Rivers Sacred Realm to Yulon City. Even with rapid travel speed, the total time required is still over a day. The 92 elders in the star array continue intercepting the lurker teams. The other elders, disperse your avatars as quickly as possible. If discovered by the lurker teams, have the avatars self-destruct immediately. We must delay their advance for as long as possible. Yuan Xiong Palace Master issued his orders one by one. Understood. All the elders responded in unison. Previously, Master Gai Dao could have dispersed multiple avatars to delay time. However, Master Gai Dao loathed the gamble because, in the face of terrifying entities like the king, and others chasing him, even the slightest hesitation could result in the complete annihilation of all his avatars and treasures. But at this moment, the elders within the city either had no choice, or rejected the idea of escape. Naturally, they did whatever they could to stall. Rumble tilde tilde tilde. With Master Gai Dao gone, the star array's power diminished by 1/3. However, at this moment, the entire star array only targeted 3 teams out of the 39 elite lurker squads. Once the array's power concentrated, these 3 elite teams began to suffer casualties. King, these elders are too cunning. Once they detect us, they immediately dissolve their avatars. And they have other avatars too. The array's power is overwhelming. Our team has already lost 3 core members' true bodies. King, our team has only 60% of its strength left. These elders are too sly. We succeeded. Elder Qiao Ji's avatar speed is far inferior to our spiritual forms. His fleeing avatars have all dissolved. There's now 1 less elder inside Yulon City. A stream of messages reached the king, of which only one was positive news. The king had anticipated this. The pressure from the low-level primordial life army outside wasn't enough. Their lurking operations became even more dangerous. Hold on. We've already reached Yuan Xiong Palace Master's cave mansion. The king, along with 30 leader-level true bodies, launched an attack here. Originally, there were 32 leader-level true bodies among the lurkers in Yulon City. 2 had already died during the interception missions. Boom. The king and his 30 leaders, each resembling fleeting phantoms, moved at lightning speed, charging towards Yuan Xiong Palace Master's cave mansion with a thunderous roar. Yuan Xiong Palace Master sat there, smiling as he regarded them. You've arrived. Yuan Xiong Palace Master smiled faintly, then simply dissolved. The king and the 30 leaders landed nearby. King, I can't sense any of Yuan Xiong Palace Master's avatars inside Yulon City anymore, one of the leaders said with confusion. Nor can I, the king murmured, slightly puzzled. He looked up at the array overhead, observing its operations. But Yuan Xiong Palace Master is one of the city builders. If he had died, we would have lost his control, and the city's array power should have drastically diminished. Yet, the array's power hasn't changed. He's still alive. Indeed, I am still within Yulon City. A voice echoed within the cave mansion. The king and the 30 leader-level true bodies carefully tuned their senses. I have been battling the corruption, pouring my heart force into resistance. I know I'm the greatest weak point of Yulon City. How could I not have prepared? Yuan Xiong Palace Master's voice rang out. With just your efforts, you will never find me. Damn it. The king and the 30 leaders were visibly irked. Earlier encounters with Wei Yang Palace Master and Master Gai Dao had gone smoothly, following their plans as those 2 either died or fled. Yet now, facing the most vulnerable Yuan Xiong Palace Master, they couldn't even locate him. Take a guess, where am I hiding? Yuan Xiong Palace Master's voices tauntingly persisted. Ignore him. He's just stalling for time. The king's gaze swept across the 30 leaders. Proceed with the next phase of the plan. I will act solo. You divide into 5 squads and begin assaulting the elders one by one. The more we kill, the weaker the array's power will grow. Understood. The king wasted no more time on Yuan Xiong Palace Master's voice. He quickly split off, initiating attacks on the elders' cave mansions one by one. Huff. Inside one of the cave mansions, Elder Chu Yuan couldn't react in time before being struck by the king. Using his innate secret technique, Enchanting Heart, to a level beyond comprehension, Elder Chu Yuan, with only a single precious secret treasure, a possession kept in the dark sacred realm, had no means of defense in his Yulon City body. He perished instantly. One elder's avatars across the 9 rivers sacred realm ceased to exist. Next, the king's icy gaze sharpened. Though Yuan Xiong Palace Master's realm was the highest in Yulon City, even for the king, attacking him was nearly impossible. But for the other elders, they fell before they even realized the king was there. When unable to resist, their avatars across the 9 rivers sacred realm were irrevocably destroyed. Sigh. In a modest cave mansion within Yulon City's outer city district, Yuan Seong Palace Master concealed himself. He wielded a secret treasure, completely veiling all traces of light, aura, causality, and presence. Not even Luo Feng using the biomimetic destruction, I could locate Yuan Seong Palace Master's cave mansion. Yuan Seong Palace Master understood his weakness, but he was exceedingly wealthy. Long ago, he had purchased a secret treasure capable of perfectly hiding himself. In the dark sacred realm, there were only a handful who could penetrate such concealment. Though the elders can disperse avatars, these lurking enemies, being spiritual beings, are too fast. The elders are being picked off one by one. Forget lasting a day, even half a day might be difficult. Yuan Seong Palace Master observed the situation, leveraging the array that encompassed the city to understand the dire circumstances. While the star array inflicted losses on the lurker teams here and there, primarily among their core lineage, the king and the leaders remained formidable adversaries. Eliminating them was a far greater challenge. Asterisk 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 asterisk. Inside the Dan Tower, Luo Feng was in seclusion, cultivating, with his most powerful avatar stationed outside the quiet room as a guardian. Brother Luo Feng. The Changqing building owner quickly arrived. Building owner. Luo Feng looked at him, puzzled. Brother Luo Feng, I'm one of Yulon City's elders and a target for these lurking enemies. An elite squad has already approached the Dan Tower. The Changqing building owner took out a bracelet and handed it to Luo Feng. This represents all the treasures within Dan Tower, valued at approximately 27 billion primordial crystals. Please help safeguard it, Brother Luo Feng. The treasures of Dan Tower. That's too valuable. I'm not confident I can protect them. Building owner, you should find another way, Luo Feng replied. At least you're not an elder, making you less likely to be targeted by the lurkers. Your strength surpasses mine, and your chances of survival are certainly higher. The Changqing building owner attempted to persuade Luo Feng. Even if these treasures cannot be protected, I will not hold it against you. But if they survive, I would be immeasurably grateful. Consider the 100 tribulations heart essence from before as part of your payment for safekeeping. The 100 tribulations heart essence's cost must still be settled afterward, Luo Feng said as he accepted the bracelet. I'll help you store the Dan Tower's treasures. I can only promise to do my best. Thank you, Brother Luo Feng. The Changqing building owner turned and looked to the outside. The elite lurker squad had already arrived at Dan Tower. Huff! The Changqing building owner shot into the sky, fleeing swiftly. Kill the Changqing building owner. This elite squad consisted of 8 leader-level avatars, 6 core lineage true bodies, and 59 core lineage avatars. A single core lineage true body alone could threaten the Changqing building owner. Together, such a team was terrifying. Roar. A massive, illusory snake suddenly let out a furious roar. The sound reverberated throughout the Dan Tower complex, striking the fleeing Changqing building owner and briefly disturbing his presence. The enchanting heartworms and soul-devouring snakes, of the low-level primordial life species, were spiritual life forms capable of transitioning between illusion and reality. They bore some resemblance to the spiritual beings Luo Feng had confronted in infinite space, though clearly more terrifying. HMPH. Accompanied by an abrupt cold snort. A mighty blood-colored tidal wave materialized out of nowhere, engulfing the vast surroundings of Dan Tower in an instant. It eradicated the elite lurker squad's true bodies and avatars alike. In a mere moment, all of them had perished, without exception. The fleeing Changqing building owner observed this scene in stunned disbelief. This can't be. The Changqing building owner was incredulous. This is. Watching intently from a concealed cave mansion in the outer city district, Yuan Xiong Palace Master, hidden from all traces or senses, witnessed the events at Dan Tower unfold. An entire elite lurker squad had been annihilated instantly with no chance to resist. Enchanting heartworms and soul-devouring snakes of late-stage divine emperor level, capable of shifting between reality and illusion, possess extraordinarily tenacious life forces. For someone to annihilate their bodies in one strike, fewer than 20 in the city could achieve it. To eliminate an entire squad in a single move, only Wei Yang Palace Master, or Master Gai Dao could manage it. Yuan Xiong Palace Master's eyes lit up. Master Gai Dao had fled without a fight. Wei Yang Palace Master had stood strong against the king and 12 leader true bodies, resisting for several seconds. An elite lurker squad was, in terms of threat, roughly equivalent to a single leader's true body. At Palace Master levels of strength, one could effortlessly destroy such a team. Luo Feng, have you reached the realm of a half-primordial level enlightened one? Yuan Xiong Palace Master quickly sent a transmission. Amidst the death of one Palace Master and the escape of another, it seemed a new Palace Master had emerged within Yulon City. This video will end here.